Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the German Tier 8 Premium Light Tank, the M41 90mm. Now if you do like the video, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe down below as it really does help out the channel. And yes, the M41 90mm, it is available for contract right now, so you can get your hands on this tank for free by just grinding the contract from the contracts tab. And yeah, the M41 90mm, I think it's been given away before this version, but the tank itself has been given away a lot, and that is because it does have a Halloween version, which is the Hurlenhund. It's a pretty damn nice light tank. It's got pretty good mobility. It's got a good gun, although a bit frustrating and derpy at times. Good view range, and you can get the camo down to be somewhat decent as well. And the DPM for a light tank is also pretty damn nice on this M41 90mm. Can be a pretty damn fun tank to play, and it's just one of those tanks that can be enjoyable. I'm not the biggest fan of it in the universe, and that's because, well, I'm just not the biggest fan of the Bulldogs in general. They just frustrate me a little bit compared to how I want to be playing some of the light tanks. Because the M41 is the way it is, right? It's a big tank. It takes hits very, very easily. But this tank does have a nice gun in the fact that it's got 182 penetration on the standard AP rounds. It's got 250 heat pen, which is delightful for penning everything you're going to face. You got 240 alpha on those two rounds as well. And you've got 102 HE pen as well for 320 alpha, which is great for going against other light tanks, and you really can shred those poor things very, very quickly. And before they know it, you will have absolutely trashed them with your fantastic hat rounds. With the build that I've got, you've got 525 meters of view range, which means in situations like you're seeing here, we can spot for ourselves really nicely and spot people at good range. We've got a 4.67 second reload, which is fantastic. 3k DPM for a light tank is amazing. 0.31 accuracy with the build that we have, with a 1.66 second aim time, which means this gun aims in really, really quickly. And with having 1.01 accuracy during rotation and 1.96 accuracy during movement, it does mean that the gun does bloom out a lot because we don't run the gun stabilizer. But because the aim time at 1.66 is so good, I'm not too fussed. But if the gun does annoy you in its gun handling, just run the gun stabilizer instead, and you will have a pretty good time with it. You've got 8 degrees of gun depression with the M41 90mm as well, by the way, which is fantastic as well. It means you can use this tank on a ridgeline really, really quite effectively, and being able to get to those aggressive ridge lines to spot, get to aggressive bushes and stuff is pretty damn easy as well with the M41 90mm, because we do have a 72.4 km/h top speed with a 28.94 horsepower ton ratio, which means we do hit that top speed very, very easily. So what do I run in terms of a crew and equipment to get myself up to these stats? Well, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Camouflage Expertise, Muffled Shot, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun. All 3 gun perks to make this gun as good as possible, so I don't have to run the gun stabilizer. Camouflage Expertise and Muffled Shot to make the best out of the camo. And then Advanced Loader, Camo Net, and Optics to get the best view range I can get, the best camo I can get out of the vehicle, and the best DPM as well with that setup. There's many different ways you can set up a light tank. It's down to you and how you want to play it, but that's just how I set it up. As you can see in this first game, that ricocheted? Excuse me, game? Okay, that missed. Get this gun sometimes. Sometimes this gun can be frustrating, and those 2 shots were exactly it right there. But we did manage to shut down the HMH IC-113. In this game on Lakeville, we have managed to get 2.5k assistance for 2.6k damage. We went and spotted the middle road so that our team could shoot it, and we spotted their campers that were on the TD ridge, and then we progressed from there. And we finished the game with the top of the team, 2 kills, 2.6k damage, 2.5k assist. The first class for 1,584 base XP. A pretty decent game there for the M41 90mm on Lakeville. Played it a different way to how I'd normally do it, and we managed to just work around the enemy team there. But we're on to the second replay, and this second replay we are on Heilbronn, and Heilbronn what I want to do is go to around F6, F7, because from there I can spot people as they cross the JK, and I can maybe spot some of their campy TDs as well, and just work them over with the good gun that this thing does have. Like I say, this gun can feel a little bit derpy at times, and that's because it's got 830 meters a second shell velocity on the standard AP and the heat, and 773 meters a second shell velocity on the HE as well, which is where the pain comes in, because that means that shell velocity is really slow. So if you're having to shoot at distance, you really have to give very good lead to hit the targets that you want to hit. So bear that in mind, that if you're firing at distance, give good lead, otherwise the shell has a high chance of missing, as your shell velocity is pretty poo. So as you can see, we've come to the position here at F6, F7, but the wind of Arrakis has completely countered us and got to the position that makes it an absolute pain to get rid of, so we don't want to face that guy there, because that's just going to be death for us. There's not much we can do to counter that guy where he is, so we need to go figure out a different plan of action, because our first plan of action is gone. We're just looking to see if we can possibly get a shot underneath him, and the shell does actually go perfectly underneath the wind of Arrakis there and pen him for 217. And we've only got about 40 assistance as well, which is a sad, sad time, but we're going to see what we can do in this game. And we're just seeing if there's anything spottable towards their base or going towards the town. We're a bit late to try and spot maybe they're crossing to the town because probably they've already been through. But since we've not seen anything yet, we're just like, okay, let's see if we can get any flanking shots. And this is where I say that I don't run the gun stabilizer, because you can see the aim circle was you know, decently big there, but because we've got a 1.66 second aim time, it just got zoomed in very, very quickly, and we're able to use the good DPM that we have to our advantage pretty quickly anyway. But we start to get targeted by this HWK-30, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't want to get focused out by this guy. I don't want to get into a bit of a brawl. I'm just going to change up what I'm doing and come and see if I can help the team out in a different spot. But they're starting to die, and the situation is where I was going to go, there's not much I can do, but there's possibly stuff coming out of the town, so it's like, okay, you know what, let's go spot the town, see if we can light anything up, and maybe our TD friend can hopefully shoot them. So as we come across the area here, it's like, yep, there is stuff coming out of the town. Hello, friends, we were definitely too late to spot the town crossing, but we're not too late, sorry, to spot the tanks coming out. But I want to get this HWK-30 out first. So we load HEP, fire the HE, and oh my lord, what is going on? That is a dance. That was the dance of the light tank. We managed to get another HE shell into the HWK-30 there, but what just happened? Okay, we get the high roll. It's fine. He low rolled, we high rolled. We get rid of that German tier 8 light tank. I don't know how we're alive. I don't know what just happened, but okay, it's fine. We get the shot on the move into the STRVK, finish him off. My driving is wonderful. Are we going to live? Get ourselves behind this rock so the TD and the ISM can't actually shoot at us. Now we're unspotted. We're just going to get some free shots into the ISM because he's just sitting there, but he gets unspotted. So a free shot into the TS-60 is what we'll take, and we did get spotted shooting that TS-60 because naturally, he wasn't behind any foliage for us, and he was a little bit closer, so we ended up driving out into the open so that he could see us when we fired. We're up to 1,816 assistance so far with 2.2k damage. We fire the heat round for 250 pen into the side of the turret of the TS-60, and that gets rid of that guy as well. We're up to 2.5k damage with that 2.3k assistance now, and we know the ISM is out there somewhere, so let's go spot the ISM so that our friends can hopefully farm him up. He spots us, but I spot him, and there we go. He starts taking hits, which was the whole point of that run, because if we can get rid of the ISM, then we can start focusing on the other elements of the team. Great driving. My driving is wonderful. Don't question it, okay? Don't question it. The ISM gets unspotted yet again, and with the ISM getting unspotted, I was thinking, okay, maybe I'll go get it, but no, these guys have it handled. We're going to go see what is going off elsewhere on the map. So we see where the Type 4 Heavy is, and I think, right, I'm going to try and get the flanking play to get some free shots into the side of the Type 4 Heavy. Maybe in a position where the foliage will keep me covered. Then maybe I won't get spotted as I start to fire at that Type 4 Heavy. That would be nice. So we're just going to flank round, see if we can find the shots. But there we find an Iron Rain. It's like, hello, Mr. Iron Rain. Aim the shot up and slam it home. We switch back to AP because we don't need heat rounds for an Iron Rain. And the Type 4 Heavy's kind of disappeared. So it's like, well, where's that Type 4 Heavy got? Oh, there he is. Are you spotted? There's the Type 4 Heavy. And we're not going to pen a Type 4 Heavy with the AP rounds, but maybe we can get a shot towards this RU while we're unspotted. We're not exposing ourselves to the Type 4, so if we fire, he shouldn't hopefully see us. And we're just waiting for the RU to make the mistake. There we go. We get the shot in. And in fact, we were just poking a little bit too high above the ridge line, and therefore the Type 4 Heavy did actually spot us. But we load the heat rounds. We tried to get a shot on the move RBRT into that Type 4 Heavy. It was never going to pen, realistically, what we just tried to do there, but I don't know why we tried it. But now I'm thinking, okay, no, that way was not going to work, trying to get shots into the Type 4 Heavy. So we may as well cross back over and get behind it. So we get the nice RBRT shot into the side of the Type 4 Heavy there, because he had actually ended up giving us his full side. Maybe we can get the kill into him on the move, but sadly, It bounces, but the reload's so good that maybe we get another chance. But just as we're starting to aim up the shot into the Type 4 Heavy, I was really making sure I was going to aim that. He ends up getting shot down by the E50, leaving just 3 tanks alive. We know where 2 of them were. They were down here in the corner at J9. So we're just going to see if we can go find the artillery as well and shut that piggy down. Because you know what, as a light tank, we always want the bacon. Always. I'm sad I don't have any HEP rounds left, but we do get the snapshot into the back chat 155.55. The Orthrus is round that corner too. We load heat, hoping that the Orthrus wasn't looking at us, but in fact the Orthrus is looking this way. We go for the shot into his machine gun port, which goes straight in, or not machine gun port, his little, I think it's a 47mm on that tank, straight into the first shot, but the second shot didn't actually pen that top gun port, which is sad. So what I'm trying to do is back up into a better position to get a shot into this Orthrus, and maybe a little bit further away, he might not see us too. We go for the lower plate with 250 heat pen, but sadly the 250 heat pen actually bounces off of the Orthrus's lower plate, and that one bounces off that machine gun port as well, and, well, it just means that we don't get any more damage on that Orthrus. The last tank alive is the light tank. He is currently in our base going after the piggy, as you should as a light tank. Get that bacon, boy. And so we're going to try and use our fantastic 72km/h top speed to try and at least get there, but our friendly Jagdpanther 2 ends up shutting down the Tiger Shark, and we finished the game with a really nice total for the M41 90. Finished with the victory, 3 kills, 3.5k damage, the 3.5k assist as well, which is 7k combined, the Ace Tanker, the Confederate, for 1958 base XP. A really nice game there for the M41 90mm. It is a pretty damn solid tank, and you can get it for free currently in the contracts tab for the next 61 days from the release of this video. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success!